Welcome back to the podcast, and this is a very special one, as you can see,
Huh?
as this is, if you're checking us out on YouTube, this is our first one with visuals. So, first and hopefully not last, and hopefully it actually works smoothly. I'm Blake, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Alex and Josh.
Alex is the hot one over there.
Welcome to episode.
Why?
No.
Look how hot he is, dude.
Diabolical Discussion.
God damn.
That's not true. Episode 3 of Diabolical Discussion. We're discussing episode 5 of The Boys. If you haven't done so, please go watch it before you watch this. Obviously, spoilers from that episode will be all over this, so I would suggest doing that before watching this.
All right, so actually going into the episode, it starts off with us finding out that Kimiko is not dead, and that she's somehow perfectly fine. And then, obviously throughout the episode, we kind of learned what's going on with her and the fact that she isn't healing and that she isn't strong anymore. So it kind of leaves questions of, is that how she just now is or whatnot? Or is that just temporary? Because I know that we personally talked about, like, hey, is that how Soldier Boy's powers works? Does he actually get rid of them fully, or is it temporary? And then that might be some like conflict later of them trying to actually stop Homelander. Then also we had the big boom from Soldier Boy, and that kind of leaves to the fact of them trying to hunt down Soldier Boy and recruit him, kind of going over through overall what the episode was like. And then we kind of see Homelander now like struggling with being in charge of Vought and
being the CEO now.
Scenes. Yeah, and he's just like, are you calling me stupid? Do you think I'm dumb? So that little bit is fun. But overall, the episode, obviously, once again, another solid episode from The Boys as this season continues to be the best one yet. Was there any standout parts for you guys?
Yeah.
Was the legend introduced? Right? The legend was introduced. Yeah, that whole conversation was funny as fuck to me. I couldn't stop laughing for some reason. Like the stupid shit that he would say is hilarious. What was it? Oh, yeah. Do you want cocaine?
Yes. Of Hughie's awkwardness.
Cocaine. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. And then basically, I think that whole thing was. It set up that Soldier Boy was there. He took his suit from him because he had it, and then he went to obviously to the Countess or whatever her name is, to kill her. So I don't know. I want to say that one, and then probably like, MM got
roofied him.
Yeah, they had a whole plan, but Hughie and Butcher had like a backup plan, which actually was the number one plan, and MM wasn't part of it because obviously he has his past or something. So
this episode had a lot in it. I mean, you have,
can't think of anything else.
And a musical.
Yeah, we had a musical thrown in there too. Mm-hmm. But there was just a lot of different kind of storylines in a sense. If we had the whole Butcher and Maeve hooking up, and then obviously that ends out with Homelander being able to smell Butcher all over her and having Black Noir potentially kidnap her, potentially kill her. We don't know yet.
And she's just gone.
You have the whole A-Train with Blue Hawk of him terrorizing and definitely being racist and aggressive. And then A-Train's trying to, rebrand himself, and he brings Blue Hawk to apologize, and he ends up going crazy and potentially killing or paralyzing somebody. So yeah, that whole thing happened. I thought it was
his brother. It was his brother.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was his brother or not because they just showed him like on the ground.
Because he said Nate,
and I was like, I wasn't able to tell.
Oh yeah, that was him.
So he's either dead or paralyzed.
Yeah, it was his brother.
It looks like.
Which, by the way, that scene has caused a lot of controversy. I don't know if you guys have seen the news about it, but the Boys Reddit page is a complete mess right now because of that scene. And people are like, when did the show get so political? I'm like, as if, where have you been, bro? This is the third season.
Yeah, what are you talking
what the hell, dude? Look, this thing is, it's a parody of our real world, man. It mocks everything. Yeah, and it's like, what the hell? And then I saw some people was like, oh, I was really loving Blue Hawk until that end bit right there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you should have been.
What did he
should have
say?
been loving anything.
I was
over
like,
him.
no.
Yeah,
He literally says, I'm beating up minorities. And I'm like, you saying you loved them? Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, so that was funny. That scene has been a bunch of controversy going on for about that, which is hilarious. Out of all the scenes, you know,
right. Obviously, we had, as we mentioned, Kimiko is okay. She just no longer has her powers, at least for now, which she was excited about. Her and Frenchie had their kiss, and then again, Frenchie again was, kidnapped, like Maeve was, at least it looks like, by Nina, as she was given a job to kill a guy and his daughter, and Frenchie was like, oh, this is just a girl, and Nina was like, that hasn't stopped you in the past. So we got a little bit more of a backstory of Frenchie. Yeah, he was also kidnapped in this. Obviously, as you mentioned at the end, earlier, before they were gonna, potentially meet up and see where Soldier Boy was, Butcher offered temp fee, and was like, we have to draw a line. He was very strong about, I'm not doing this. And then, obviously, Butcher and Hughie knew, so they roofied him, except he also called Starlight to help with the whole meeting of, they got Countless Crimson. Is that her name, I think? Countless Crimson or something like that?
Something Grism, at least. Yeah.
Crimson Countless. Whatever. They got her kidnapped. She got Iron Man 3'd. Right.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is.
He just comes in.
Fucking bodied by Pepper Potts, man.
And again, another with a lot going on. A lot going on. We had Maeve and Homelander had their talk before she was kidnapped by Black Noir, of her telling Homelander she never really loved him. She actually pitied him. And then Soldier Boy and Crimson Chin have their whole, basically the exact same conversation. Shout out Fairly Odd Parents. They have their whole thing, and it was basically word for word of, I've never loved you. So then, Soldier Boy hits her with the not even take the power away blast. To take away her skin, flesh, and everything blast.
You said City Boy's up right now.
And it is Hot Boy Summer, and he was very hot. She was not hot enough to handle it.
Facts. How am I supposed to hate a guy that handsome?
I mean,
not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
You could.
He's had 2 cool beards already.
That is
not
true.
Gonna happen.
So, and obviously Starlight was there. Her and Hughie have that moment at the end of Hughie's like, yeah, we have to do this. This is how we beat him. Once again, City Boy Summer, Hughie says, all right, Starlight, I'm out. And he keeps going with Butcher and Soldier Boy, who allegedly have a current standstill, I guess, agreement at the moment, as they basically kidnapped and used her as bait, which I'm sure when wakes up, he will not be happy about. But there's a lot in this episode. Like you said, it was a good episode. It's a lot to try to cover everything that I feel like happened. That doesn't even, we touched a little bit on the Deep now taking over with the whole search committee party.
And Seth Rogan's appearance.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There's a lot in this episode. Like you said, it definitely kept up with the trend of this season. It was, again, really good, and it's sad to think about. We have 3 episodes left of this season. That's sad
a lot is about to happen.
But yeah, I think this was just a good episode of kind of leading us where these next 3 are going.
Bridge episode, yeah, setting up the last couple of.
I think the big takeaway that all of us appreciated was we got a nod to the greatest cinematic universe of all time, as they've already touched on so many other things. But when Hughie gave his heart-filled speech, he said he's about running away, he's about family. Like Dom Toretto.
Family. Praise be.
That hit.
My goodness. Honestly, that pushed Hughie over the top right there.
That did, yeah.
Based Hughie. Whole episode.
That was...
What a Chad.
Yeah.
I know, because you texted the group chat like
best line of all time.
As soon as you saw it, I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I watched, like, okay, yeah.
Plus, he left Starlight. I mean, he was doing his thing right now.
Doing his thing. You know, Starlight started off the season of being like, we got to do what we have to do. And then Hughie's like, okay, I'm doing that now.
Cloud 9.
And he left. For real. And then Hughie's going to teleport into Homelander's ass, and that's how he wins.
Crazy.
Well, I don't think he can shrink, so I don't know how that would
No, he's going to find out. He's going to find out. He'll find a way.
Smart. Just get in there.
Do it. You're about family.
So do you think that Soldier Boy's going to, like, actually stick to
I think
their
Soldier
agreement,
Boy's
or
just
is he
fucked
gonna, like,
mentally right now.
Because I originally said he's going to be like a
and it's just going to be pure risk. I think we're going to see probably the plans start to unfold next episode. It's probably what's going to happen. But obviously just a crazy risk by Butcher to pay off and literally just be like, yeah, we're going to get this suit killed, tie her up, and just use it as a, like, hey, here's a trade package.
Here's
this
a
person
peace
betrayed
offering.
you. And then I definitely love the correlation between Homelander and Soldier Boy. I mean, like, they both were the top dog. They had, you know, their woman co-host, basically. And obviously they thought they were top shit and so sexy that obviously the woman had to be in love with them. And in reality, they're both just pieces of shit. And the woman
Besides
hated
Soldier
them.
Boy.
So. What?
do you mean? What? How was Soldier Boy bet? What has he done?
Besides being a handsome man? True. Honestly.
I mean,
until we get the
think
backstory, I'm fully supporting him. That's all I'm saying. I haven't seen him do anything bad yet.
I mean, but when the whole team hates
Okay,
you,
they hate
something
greatness.
Those are my men. Those are my men.
What do you mean? They're jealous. Have you seen how he looks?
Facts.
Not his fault.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
All those people died in
His
that war.
pecs, his abs, his ass. Except Hughie was thicker, though. That's the only downside on him. Hughie was thicker. He was.
Interesting
He was.
take.
It's not interesting. It's just fact.
That's not take. It's just
stating.
Interesting to note. Something that I wanted to kind of talk about with that is
It's important.
we had Black Noir obviously was a part of Payback, which had led by Soldier Boy. Now he's a part of the Seven, obviously led by Homelander, who we had these parallels. And Black Noir seems to be loyal to Homelander in a sense because he was the one who kidnapped or killed Maeve. I'm assuming kidnapped. I highly doubt that we just saw her die off screen, especially how this show works. If they're going to kill her, they're going to make it brutal. But
Could pull an Alex. Just be dead.
well, I mean, they showed him. You know?
They showed him dead. His body dead.
Right.
But not him dying.
Until we see Maeve, dead or whatever. It's hard to believe it. But do you think Black Noir is just like... Because she said how everybody in the Payback hated him. Black Noir was a part of it. Do you think Black Noir... I mean, I doubt he's actually going to be a big... Like, we're actually going to get to see his side of things, really. But do you think he's just acting out of loyalty? Because he is that kind of guy? Or is he scared? What do you guys think? Why is Black Noir just so willing to help Homelander?
I think he's just acting out of loyalty. I think he's just so corrupt. Because, I mean, we got that flashback, and then he literally just... His face was all fucked. And now he's been living that soup life for longer than anyone else on the Seven. So at that point, I think it's just pure loyalty. There's nothing else going on. But I do know in the comics anyways, Noir is a big deal and like a big part of the ending of the series. But the writers have said they're not going that route though. So, yeah.
Clearly, as you can see,
The clone.
flashback that he's not.
Well, they also said though,
Homelander
like
clone.
since they knew that like his he was allergic to what's the candy?
Tree nuts. Well, it was Almond Joys.
Well,
but it's
Almond
tree
Joys,
nuts that
yeah.
he's allergic to.
Tree nut.
But then we saw, and obviously to show that he's still allergic to that. So then like it's not a Homelander clone. But I don't know. I hope we get more of him because we really haven't.
Right.
No,
Like
it's
after
rare.
that one flashback, he just came out of nowhere, took Maeve, and that was it.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay.
It was...
So
I think he's doing it because he's getting revenge for what she did to him.
True.
Which
Probably,
she stuffed
probably hates her.
Almond Joy
there's
in.
definitely probably a little bit of a personal motive behind him.
Yeah. And put him in the ICU. Yeah, just a tiny
Be built
bit.
different.
Could've
Speaking
killed
of the whole Almond Joy and his allergy thing, do you guys think, obviously Almond Joy has to have some kind of sponsorship. They wouldn't mention a name brand thing without the sponsorship. However,
So many
we
times.
saw Starlight go to the crime place after the Deep had taken it over, and it was just the one girl left, or lady left, and she was the same one that in season 2, when they were looking for Butcher, Black Noir went to her, and he was trying to get to Butcher, so he had her find Butcher, and then that's when we had the whole scene of him staking outside of Butcher's aunt's house, and that whole thing happened. Starlight goes to that lady, and she has an Almond Joy open on her desk, and she like offers it to Starlight. Do you guys think part of that, I'm sure, is just brand thing, but do you think it's like her, like almost like her Black Noir repellent ever since her run-in with him? She must have heard the story of Maeve like doing that, and she learned about it, so now she just is like constantly strapped with Almond Joys to hopefully like repel him from coming back. Right?
Yeah, so she didn't see freaked her out like a lot.
Amazing.
When he was there. Yeah, there was like just
exactly.
Put that there.
Almond Joy's open everywhere she's at. She's got them.
Yeah, she usually has like 6 of them down below, just ready.
Her purse, she's always strapped with the Almond Joys.
Yep.
But I just thought that was funny that as soon as I saw that, I kind of thought about that. I was like, I wonder if this is this lady's like repellent for him, or like she heard the story and she was like, oh, I need these at all time to keep him away from me.
Yeah.
100%. That's probably like a little Easter egg. I don't know if anyone else has pointed it out.
Well, another little Easter
nice
egg is when Soldier Boy was like in the city, you know, and then he got like kind of triggered with the explosion. It was almost exactly shot like the Captain America scene from First Avenger. And then he's coming out, literally walking around surprised. And then, you know, they obviously add where he sees a gay couple and he's like, you know, just kind of making fun of that. I was like, hey, this guy's been gone for a while. You know, he would have issues with that. So I thought that was just another bit of how funny that the character is just mocking Captain America.
I mean, it's very clear. It like you said, it was funny how much it's clear that he has some stuff like copied of the whole Bucky Winter Soldier like kind of storyline, and like the making fun of it and stuff is. But yeah, like you said, this episode, I mean, for me personally, I don't think this is like the best episode of the season. I still think it was really good. I'll probably put it somewhere around like a 7.5, 7.4, somewhere in that range to rate it.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 7.5 as well.
Just builds up what's coming up. But I do think that this next episode maybe get a little bit more action in there of the plot actually progressing more, because so far we kind of really have been having just more building episodes, really. But I don't know, I like to see something crazy happen genuinely, which I think we're gonna get. But
Alex, we all saw that face. What was that about?
I mean, the next episode.
What about it?
Plot?
What do you mean?
Huh? Is that
what
what
do you
we're
mean by
gonna
that?
get next episode?
Elaborate.
I mean,
what is it?
The title of the next episode.
Okay, and what's wrong with that?
Herogasm.
What do you mean?
Herogasm, yeah.
You know, I heard Haley Seinfeld's making an appearance actually.
A lot of plot.
So Alex will definitely be feeling that title for himself.
I can neither conform nor deny that.
Well, I mean, like we said, this episode there was a lot to unpack. It was a good episode. There's a lot of different sub plot lines and storylines going on, which obviously we're all excited to see. You know what's going on with everybody, because there was 2 kidnappings. You know, people losing their powers, people creating alliances, people leaving each other. There's a lot, so I'm excited for these next 3 episodes, and happy that we know for sure we get a season 4. But I don't really. Do you guys have any other closing thoughts here on episode 5?
Not really. It was solid. Simple as that.
It was a really good episode. Yeah.
All right, so I think that'll do it for this episode. Make sure to like this on YouTube. Leave your comment down below. You can listen along on Apple Podcasts now, as we will be uploading as videos drop on there. And make sure to check out our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. And we'll see you guys in the next one.